Okay, so getting started with assignment 3, I'm going to take my folder from my assignment 2, layout B, and I'm just going to duplicate this. That way I still can hang on to my original. And then I'll just rename this to 3. And then I can get started. And I'm going to open up my Visual Studio Code, and I'll go in and open that folder, which is on my desktop. I believe it's the B. Clark. I renamed it, the assignment, to B. Clark Assignment 3, so that's the folder I want, and I'll open that. Okay, so this is the layout, and you can see in the code, I'm going to change my title to Assignment 3, and you can see the container here, and let's look at the CSS. So it's already set up with the size, and you can kind of see I have my navigation here set up as a list. I have my so this is my navigation area. This is the left-hand column, and so I have them all set up as divs. I got my main column with my rectangles in here, and then the footer set up, and then I have my styles all set up. So let's go ahead and get started on changing this around. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some content to my navigation, my buttons here. So I'm going to go in my HTML file, and here where I have my list set up here in my class nav box, and I already have these li for lists set up, so I'm just going to add my content in here. I'm just copy and pasting. And maybe change my numbers. I'm going to save that. I'll go in here under my CSS, and my background color, maybe I'll change that. Maybe I'll change my text color to a black so you can see it. And let's save that. Oops. And refresh, and you can kind of see that we've got some stuff, some text in there. Let's go ahead and change maybe our button border. Okay, so let's change our border. Right now it's a solid red. Let's change that to a dotted, and let's maybe make it a little bit bigger, 4 pixels, so we can kind of see it a little bit more. I'm going to change this to, I'm just clicking on that to change it to hexadecimal, and let's save that. Oh, you know what, let's also add some padding. And so yeah, just kind of taking a look at the button, and we're really going to need it mostly on the, right now we need it on the left and the right. I mean the top and the left. So we got, I'm just going to go 0 pix, 0 pix, 0. I like getting these all set up so I can kind of tell where I'm at here. So we'll top, maybe we'll add maybe 3. Right now we'll add 0. Bottom we'll add 0, and on our left let's add maybe 5. See what that looks like. And it's made it pretty large, and it didn't give me near as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe shrink down the button in the size and the width. So let's change this to, change it to 60 by 20, and add more padding. Let's see where we need our padding at. So we need maybe just a little bit on the top and more on the left. So let's, on the left, let's change that to about 10, and maybe we'll change our top to about 5. And let's just see what that looks like. Just, like I said, this is all experimenting, so we're just kind of playing around with stuff. Looks a little bit better. Probably a little bit less on top and a little bit more on bottom. So top, what did I say, less? And more on the bottom. Well, it's already got quite a bit on the bottom there, doesn't it? So let's change that to about 15. And maybe just a little bit too much. Maybe we'll just shrink our box just a little bit on the width. Let's try 50. Looks a little bit better. We'll try that. Okay, next I'm going to add my Superman logo that I have here in my images folder. So here you can see my images are right here, or you can look and see them in my folder, which I've added an images folder with the images, and here's the Superman logo. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find out where this box is. So this is in my navigation. I've named it, so it's in the masthead, and I named it Boxy. In the styles, you'll see it here, Boxy. Now, one thing I'm going to do to make it stand out a little bit more, I'm just going to change the name. Since I'm going to put the logo in there, I'm just going to go ahead and call this Superman. And I could just keep an ID selector, but let's go ahead and change this to, let's change it to a class selector. And when we change it class here, we'll change it to a period here. So let's go ahead and change that to period. And we'll change that to Superman. That way it'll be easier to find if I ever need to. And now what we want to do is we want to add the image. So there's a couple ways you can add an image. You can either do it within your HTML, or you can do it on the CSS page. So we're going to go to our CSS styles page, and that class tag that we just created here, the Superman, we're going to add our image right in here that's already created. So this is our box that's already here. So we're going to add the image, and we're going to make it a background image, so it's going to go within the inside underneath this box, which will be kind of convenient. So let's go ahead and create this. We'll start and we'll call this a background image, and it pops up right here. And then we'll put a URL, and then parentheses, and then within our parentheses we have to put exactly what our folder, where we'll find it. And if you go into your folder, it's in my images folder, so you have to get this typed in exactly correctly. If you give this up, it's not going to find your image, and then this has to be actually correct. And sometimes I'll actually, if it's something that I can't remember, it's kind of strange. Sometimes I'll I'll select it and copy and paste. Just how I sometimes like to do it. So our URL, and like I said, images folder, and then / I'm going to paste my name, and let's go ahead and save that. So save and refresh, and here we have our logo, or at least we can see it in there. It's not quite showing quite right, so let's do a few more things here. Let's do a background size right here, and then it already automatically adds my colon and my semicolon, and then right inside here I'll add my my value, which we'll try it at let's try 40% on this one, and we'll save, and refresh, and there you see it's kind of small, and it kind of repeats quite a bit. So the next thing, so we'll say on this one, we say we'll not repeat this one. So let's do a background repeat. Command background. So, and does this one show up? Maybe not. Mac. I saw it on there a second ago. So we'll just type it repeat. And then we'll do a no repeat. Okay. And save. Refresh. And there we have it. So that's just one. So we probably want this one a little bit bigger. Let's try. Let's see what it looks like at 100%. Not too bad. Let's try our position. Sometimes you can change the position where it's sitting. So let's do a background position, and let's try center. Not too bad. Maybe might look a little bit better if it was smaller, like maybe 90. And then maybe I might fool around with try to get the sizing better, or the box to fit a little bit better, and try to get it all fit. Okay, let's add another image. I'm going to add an image right here to this box, which is a kind of a standalone box. If I look into my HTML, it's going to be down here, rectangle 5 in my main column section. And I'm down here, I can find my my tag for, here it is, rectangle 5, and it's already set up. And I'm just going to add my background image. And so let's start at one. So do background. Oop. And it'll be URL, and it's in my images folder, and the image I want is called hobbit.jpg, which you can find that here in my images. It is the hobbit.jpg, kind of a house image. And let's see, something didn't turn out right here. Let's see if that works. And so there you have it. It is in there, but it's not quite fitting. So let's try background size. And let's try contain. And save, and see what that does. And there you can see it does another one of those things where it fits the entire photo, but it starts to repeat. And let's try getting it to fit in there, but I don't want it to. Like, I just want to get a portion of this, like that central part right there. So let's change contain to cover, and that should fit it. And there we go. So there it fits all the way in there now. So it fits, but we're not seeing the right section of it. So let's once again go into our background position. And we'll try center again, center. And yep, and there's a little bit more what I wanted to do with it.